Hello, friends. 2025 was the year of clear winners and losers in the global markets. While some indices soared to new highs, others struggled to keep up. This is the Pullback Edge, and we'll be looking at the dogs and the stars of 2025. Now, among all the markets, the global markets, the key global markets that we are comparing the Hong Kong, the Hang Seng 50, the Nikkei, Japan index, DAX, the German index, Nasdaq, S&P, Indian Nifty, and the Australian XJO, the ASX 200 index. Among all the markets, as we can see, this is a comparative analysis right from the start of 2025 till here in the end of 2025, and we are today at the start of it's the 2nd of January that we are seeing this comparison. Now we can clearly see one market, it really shown. Now we have Hang Seng 50 also at the top, but it is the Nikkei that really takes the cake as the star. When we look at the whole comparison, right where it was almost around minus 12% right from the start of the year, sometime in April, things really changed sometime around between May to June, wherein the index really started to pick up. And it was here around in October that it really surpassed all the other indices and ended up at the top. Now, the surge for the Nikkei in 2025 that was fueled by strong tech and export growth, rewarding investors who stayed invested in Japan's growth sectors. And what we'll be doing is we'll be diving deep into the Nikkei and the XJO. Now, one of the key reasons for the Nikkei to really outperform everyone else, we have to look at the outperformance where it started. So here we can see this is the time when the Liberation Day, Trump's Liberation Day, really hit the markets, and everything just just crossed the support level and hit a low sometime in April, which was between May to June that there were the trade negotiations which were going on between Japan and US, which really started to bear fruit. Now, Japan is the world's fourth largest economy, and US is its biggest export market. Now, the negotiations which really yielded the result was that the US agreement was particularly good for Japan's auto giants like Toyota and Honda and Nissan. Earlier, they were supposed to pay 27.5% levy, which was reduced to 15%, potentially making the Japanese cars cheaper compared to the likes of China. And this really gave a boost to the market. But what really boosted and what is considered as a powerful second engine for the Japan market was the election of Sanae Takaichi as the country's first female prime minister in October 2025. And her impact really had a huge positive impact. Among the key was what is termed as the Sinanomics effect, which is linked to the fiscal expansion. There was a big stimulus that was adopted by the government of around 21.3 trillion yen, and the impact on the market, which we'll just quickly see back on the chart, was that it caused Nikkei 225 to soar past 47,000 and eventually it crossed 50,000 for the first time in October. So if we go back looking at the chart here, we can clearly see that the positive impacts from the Trump tariffs, the negotiations started to bear fruit here, but still it was comparable somewhere among the other indices, but it was in between September to October, which really it shoot up and ended up above everything else. The story of the dog of 2025 is complete opposite. Now here, the ASX 200 was underperforming. In fact, it was outperforming by a few percentage points. The Nikkei here in April, where the impact was not that significant on it, but just when we look at the whole performance, it was outperforming the Nifty for a while, but ended up really just 5.0% for the whole year, compared to 31.8% for Nikkei and 34% for the Hang Seng. The reason for this, as we can see, the ugly duckling of 2025 is the over concentration of the sectors, wherein when we do an annual comparison of all the sectors, we can clearly see that the materials, which was the only sector, which is the commodity sector, which really outperformed, but this constitutes only around 30 or so stocks of the whole ASX 200 stocks. So we can see that small percentage of stocks only which outperformed, wherein the healthcare and information technology, which are the other big contributors to the index, they really were at the bottom of the index. Now, what would be interesting to see, and we'll be seeing in a follow-up video, is does this performance that we are seeing now, do we see this to be continuing, or do we see things changing in 2026? So that would be the topic of the next video that we'll be showing. Hope you liked the analysis. If you liked it, do consider to share it and subscribe this, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you.